Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, this is a review of Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now, ahead of its release tomorrow on Blu-ray and DVD, I watched it actually for the first time, so I'm a little bit behind, but I wanted to talk about it. Now, it's on IMDb, I believe they gave it a 6.1. Rotten Tomatoes had a audience score of 83 and a critic score of 41. Now, I do think I'm a little bit more leaning towards IMDb being more correct with this. I don't think it's as high as the 83, and I don't think it's as low as the critics are saying as the 41. There are some good and there are some bad elements to this film, but let me get this straight first of all. It's a Godzilla film. You're not going to expect Citizen Kane, okay? You go in, you want monsters fighting, that's what you get. A lot of the heavy criticism from the first one was there wasn't enough Godzilla. I personally liked it. I thought it was really, really well done that you were building up to seeing Godzilla. And I thought they used it really, really well. And in this one, they've heard that criticism and really pushed the other way. You see Godzilla as one of the first things you see. There is a lot of fighting. There is a lot of the monsters. And that does kind of go against it, unfortunately, because some of the CGI looks very good. Very good. But some of it looks terrible. And I'm talking Mortal Kombat Annihilation kind of bad. And it shouldn't be for a big budget film. I do think that they were pushing themselves to an extreme here, where they wanted to show as much Godzilla as possible, and it seems like they've run out of the budget to really do justice to these monsters, which is a really, really big shame. A lot of the criticism has been about the human element as well. With the first one, the characters were maybe a bit too in-depth. People were caring a bit too much about the human characters, and they wanted to see more Godzilla. So this one, they have dialed it back a bit. I have heard of some reviewers saying that the humans are a bit one-dimensional and not as interesting. But like I said, it's a Godzilla film. You're not going to expect anything Oscar-worthy. You're not going to be expecting something absolutely stunning and amazing from it. I honestly do think the performances and the writing was okay. It wasn't terrible. It didn't bring me out the story that it was so bad. It wasn't fantastic. I mean, you compare it to Bryan Cranston from the first one, who just knocked out the park. He was amazing, and you really cared about that character. This one, you care about the characters, but you are wanting Godzilla because it's obviously his film. You want the monsters. You want more of the epic battles. So you do get that. I did find myself maybe a little bit bored with the human characters, but like I said, I wasn't expecting too much from them anyway. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was exactly what a Godzilla film should have been. It wasn't offensively bad. With some of the CGI was bad, and it did take me out a little bit. But yeah, I get over that. It's fine. I don't care. It's what you wanted to see. It's what I wanted to see. It's monsters fighting. It's brilliant. Like I said, the human element was alright. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't terrible. It was just, it was there. But I do really, really hope, and I believe the next one will be Godzilla vs. Kong. I really hope they maybe dial back a little bit on the big CGI fighting, get that balance of a budget right. You don't want these CGI characters to look as bad as they did in this film. You don't. You want them to look good. You want to build up to them as well. I liked that aspect of the first Godzilla 2014. I liked that, building up to that. I can understand people wanted to see Godzilla more, and I think they need to find maybe a good balance. So I really hope there is enough of a budget to show Godzilla and Kong on screen, maybe a little bit more than Godzilla 2014, hopefully a little bit less than King of the Monsters, just so they look really good. We're not too sure entirely who's coming back for the next one. Apparently Vera Farmiga, she's going to be coming back. Possibly that means Kyle Chandler, maybe Millie Bobby Brown, not too sure to be honest. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it will do well enough for them to continue, because I've enjoyed this series so far. Like I said, I would more agree with the IMDb rating of a 6.1. I'd say it is probably about a 6.5 out of 10. It's nothing truly outstanding, but it's not so bad that the critics was at 41% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think it's quite that bad. It's enjoyable, it's fun, it's a Godzilla film, and that's what we wanted. That's what I wanted from a Godzilla film. So, yeah, if you're a fan of Godzilla, if you're a fan of the Monsterverse that they are pushing, it's definitely worth a watch. Like, don't expect anything amazing from the character development. Don't expect amazing CGI fights all the time. Some of them look great, but at the end of the day, it's a fun movie. Definitely give it a go. Anyway, guys, that sums up my review of Godzilla. I'm trying to keep it as spoiler-free as always as possible. If you guys have seen Godzilla, King of the Monsters, let me know down in the comments. And please, please, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really, really helps me out. And I will see you in the next video.